Chapter 17, Out in the Field. Webb turns but doesn't say anything. And just like I needed Zoe to say something the other day when I told her, I need Webb to say something. Anything. That must have been incredibly difficult, he finally says. I try to nod but can't. Silas, he says. I still can't. Silas? He puts his hand on my shoulder and smiles. I breathe, but I'm shaking now, like I did when I told Zoe. And I know Webb can feel it because he's gripping my shoulder and squeezing. His hand feels like Zoe's hug the other day. It's okay, buddy, he says. Please don't tell anyone. My first words, and when I say them, tears stream down my cheeks. I won't tell anyone, he says. Please don't. Please don't. Silas, I'm not telling anyone. Not even my parents. Not even your parents, he says. It's not my place. I wipe my eyes with my palm and take short breaths. Only my friend Zoe knows. Okay. He's still squeezing my shoulder. Promise me you won't? I promise, he says. I'm not telling anyone. He leans in and looks me in the eye. But don't underestimate your parents, Silas. They're good. Please don't say anything. Please don't. Silas, he smiles, then laughs. I'm not. I won't. All I'm saying is don't underestimate them. He lets go of my shoulder. Grab your glove. Let's go have a catch. But what about your meetings? Grab your glove, number 3. He motions to my bag. Let's go have a catch. That was a pretty brave thing you just did, buddy, Webb says, catching my throw. We're out in center field under the lights that went on halfway through practice. I want you to know it doesn't change a thing. I nod. I mean it, Silas. Not with me, not with the Renegades. Nothing's changed. I scoop his low throw on a short hop. Nice pick, he says. Nothing's changed. You'll still never give away any at-bat. You'll still never concede an out. He catches my throw and wags his glove. And you'll still sprint in from center when I go out to the mound. Yeah, I say, trying to smile. I didn't know Webb noticed that I ran in from the outfield every time he went out to talk to one of our pitchers. I never used to do that with Coach Trent, but I do with Webb. Braden didn't want to pitch that last inning on Saturday, he says. I know, I say. I could tell. He backhands my throw and fires it right back. Coach Knowles wasn't happy I sent him out there to mop up. There's no such thing as mop up, I say, which is something Webb often says. There's no such thing as mop up, Webb nods. You know that, and I know that, but not everyone else does. He catches my next throw at his knees and sidearms it. Being head coach is a lot different than being an assistant. I knew it would be, but I didn't realize it would be this much of a balancing act. You want everyone to be happy all the time, but it's not possible. I wind up like a pitcher and throw a curveball that doesn't break. Webb has to jump to catch it. Is it hard having your nephew on the team, I ask? Webb pauses in the middle of his throwing motion. Not as hard as it was for Coach Trent having his son on the team, he says. Jason's not one of our best players. You know that. He's a role player, but when he's your son, you want him. It's a balancing act. I catch Webb's throw with 2 hands against my chest and hold it there. I close my eyes, and for a moment I listen to the sounds of the park. The hum of the lights down the foul lines, the clicking of the water sprinklers on the next field, the lowering of the metal gates at the concession stands, the steady low roar of the traffic on the road beyond the parking lot. I open my eyes and suddenly I feel like I'm standing on a movie set, like I'm an actor playing a role, because this doesn't feel like my life, because this can't possibly be my life. But it is. It is. When the Dodgers found out Glenn Burke was gay, I say, they traded him to the Oakland A's. Yeah, Webb says. I don't think Tommy Lasorda was the most open-minded individual. He was the manager of the Dodgers at the time. I know who he was, I say, and then add in my Webb voice, Are you doubting my baseball knowledge? He laughs. My bad. Darn right you're bad, I say. He fires the throw that stings my hand. Do you think baseball is ready for someone like Glenn Burke now? I asked. I'd like to think so, he says. I hope so. Me too. I wind up like a pitcher again, and this time I throw a fastball right into his glove. Here comes my knuckleball, he says, motioning for me to crouch like a catcher. He adjusts his grip and then tosses a wobbling pitch that sails way over my head. Yikes! I chase after it, and from where the ball rolled to a stop, I fire a perfect strike into Webb's glove. Nice, he says. I sprint back to where I was. Billy Martin was the manager of the Oakland A's when Glenn Burke played for them, I say. Do you know what he said when he introduced Glenn to the other players? I'm sure it was something awful, Webb says. This is Glenn Burke, I say, and he's a faggot. Billy Martin was a broken person, Webb says. He throws another ball that stings my hand. You can't fix broken people. He points his glove. You know what a faggot is, right, Silas? A word for gay people, I say, a slur. It sure is, Webb says, full stop. He catches my throw and starts walking toward me. I was always led to believe a faggot is a bundle of sticks. A bundle of sticks? A bundle of sticks used for kindling for burning heretics alive centuries ago. Heretics? People who believed things that were considered wrong by society, Webb says. Peoples whose actions and beliefs went against the church or the establishment. I swallow. Is that true? Not sure, Webb says, but I am sure it's a vulgar term, and the way Billy Martin used it was unforgivable. People like Billy Martin are the reason Glenn Burke never got the high five he deserved. I hold up my glove. Webb smacks it with his. I miss talking baseball with you, buddy, Webb says. I miss talking baseball with you, too. I know we still do, but not like we did when I was an assistant. Webb motions to the parking lot, and we start walking. Can you keep a secret? I hope so, I say. I'm kind of sort of asking you to keep a pretty big one, right? Fair point, Webb laughs. Do you know why I let Coach Knowles take an inning or two at the third every game? Yeah, I say, so you can be in the dugout with the players in the game during the game. And it helps keep Coach Knowles happy, Webb nods. But there's another reason. What's that? You. He places a hand on my shoulder. You, Silas. It lets me talk baseball with you. That's how much I miss it. Thanks, I say. I like strategizing with you. I like it when we dissect pitch counts and discuss game situations. I like talking about where we should position our fielders and whether we should bunt or hit behind the runners. And you know how much I like talking about the sandlot. Yeah, I say. You be you, Silas Wade. You hear me? Yeah, I say again. I'm serious. You be you. Keep being authentic. He rubs my head with his glove. You have my word that I'm going to do my part. I'm going to do my part to make sure the Renegades, that we're the community it should be, the community you deserve. Full stop.